Throughout the years, digital technology has been prevalent and has served people for educational purposes and the formation of virtual social connections. Amidst the pandemic, digital technology usage has peaked because it has allowed us to focus on the profound advantages of the virtual world as we stay at our homes. The case study presents the social educational implications of the newly formed virtual relations made possible through technology. In addition, this case study was focused on the city in the Philippines, General Santos City. Hence, the study examines the relationships of the people in the community during the pandemic through the lens of the virtual world and encapsulates how people of all walks of life have emerged online for social and educational purposes. The case study engages in exploring emerging technologies and the effects of such technology to fulfill our social and educational needs in times of crucial emergencies like the pandemic. Such technologies are said to be aimed to rid quarantine boredom, provide relief efforts, and educate the virtual community while maintaining a safe environment amidst the pandemic. These emerging technologies also serve in exploring ways on how to mitigate and combat the pandemic. Moreover, the study case is to spread awareness and proliferate knowledge about the pandemic and how newly formed virtual relationships are created amidst the pandemic.
Now I will give the question the study sought to answer. Since the case study had been focused on the socio-educational implications of the emerging technologies during the ongoing pandemic, the researchers of the study ought to answer the following questions. Number 1. What help could the emerging technologies known as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and other social media platforms bring the people in terms of education and crisis awareness? Number 2. What are the possible effects if students or regular civilians are to use the emerging technologies as the medium for doing school-related activities or updates on the ongoing crisis? And last, number 3, do the emerging technologies help the people ease or divert their psychological pressures and boredom during the pandemic?
For the case study's data sources, the case study gathered its respective data through utilizing surveys, interviews, and available data that may support their claims in the research paper. Another method of gathering data is through observation, either direct or through participant observation. With the case study surrounding the theme of people being surrounded by technology, it would be logical to assume that the data gathered in the study was collected through direct observation along with the help of surveying in order to develop numerical data for stronger proofs in their claims. The researchers presented data through Napoleon Cat that there are 73,100,000 Filipinos who use Facebook, which is 66.4% of the whole population of the Philippines, thus supporting the researchers' claims that the Philippines, although a developing country, is accustomed to using digital technology for social communication and distribution of news reports related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Apart from acting as a socialization strategy, the use of new platforms such as Facebook has also been instrumental for informing people about COVID-19. There is extensive information sharing of such important findings and recommendations from the World Health Organization to coordinate all efforts towards the transmission of the coronavirus. The use of digital technology in the current crisis increases awareness amongst individuals as they can quickly follow online news alerts. For the analytical tools and models that they use to arrive at the conclusion, bar graphs and visual tabulated data were used in order to relay the information gathered easily and properly. With the help of visual aids, it made the job of the researchers easier to present their studies and give substantial information to the public. Another tool that was possibly used in the study is the analysis of political, economic, social, and technological factors, or PEST analysis, where an organization can assess major external factors that influence its operation in order to become more competitive in the market. In order to arrive at the conclusion, the researchers use analytical tools that would help answer the questions, or parts of the questions, that the researchers formulated. We should also take note that the accuracy of the research relies directly on the feedback and the cooperation of the respondents. Without it, the researchers would be completely unreliable and inaccurate. It is often recommended to involve a wide variety of people with different functions from different backgrounds. Thus, with the findings obtained from the data, the researchers then draw on the collected data and then begin to complete the report, therefore forming the conclusion.